Good morning, YouTube peoples. Okay, I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Today's video is going to be a full review on the Note Cosmetics line that's now being carried at Ulta.com. I did a little research on them, and they were mainly like a European brand of a bunch of makeup artists that wanted to create their own makeup line. So they worked with an R&D company and started to produce their own makeup line called Note Cosmetics. I was intrigued because the packaging looked nice and I'd never heard anything about the brand before, so I really wanted to give it a fair shot. I picked up a full face of products from them, which is what's on my face right now, a few weeks ago, and I've been wearing it on and off to kind of see what my opinions would be on the products themselves so that I could give you guys a pretty good review of the line as a whole. So without further ado, I'm Jamie Lee. This is Jamie Lee Beauty. Thank you for joining me, and we're gonna get right into the review portion of the video. Here we go. Okay, so first things first, if it's your first time here, thank you so much for checking out this video. That's really awesome. And if you're returning, you're the best. Thank you. So we're gonna get right into what I like, what I don't like. Do I think this line is worth it? This is one of those cosmetic lines that it's not drugstore prices, but they're not high-end prices either. They fall somewhere in that mid-range of pricing. Because my camera is my phone, I can't provide you with the pricing on the spot. So what I'm gonna do is at the end of the video, I'm gonna list all the products that I mention and the price for everything. So we'll do that. The first thing that I wanna go over is the foundation, which is, you know, where most people would start. So there are three foundations that they carry. They carry the one that I'm about to show you, and then there's one that's a mattifying and one that's like a more of like a moisturizing one. I picked up the Rejuvenating Foundation. It has SPF 15 in it. I think they all have SPF 15. This is what it looks like. Nice packaging. It has a squeezy tube, which is always, you know, nice and sanitary, so that's good. And I got mine in the color Natural Beige. I did get the wrong color initially, so I had to go ahead and pick this one up too. Now, this is on my face at the moment. It has a funky smell. I can't even really explain it to you. I don't know what it is. It just smells funky. Almost kind of like maybe it's on the verge of going bad. And I thought maybe it was just the one that I had purchased that was the wrong color, but this one also smells like that, so I guess it's just the way it smells. It doesn't linger on your skin. Once you buff it out and everything, that smell goes away, but it's, you know, if you have a problem with that, I'm letting you know. It smells kind of weird. I like the way this foundation looks on my skin. I mean, I'm gonna get up kind of close. It doesn't settle into any of my lines. I have smile lines right here and it doesn't settle. It doesn't settle into my forehead at all. It has a really nice, it's not a matte finish, it's not a dewy finish, it's just like a nice natural skin finish, almost like a satin finish. My problem with this is the smell. And my issue is that these run really, really yellow. I thought it was the wrong color that I had purchased that was a little too dark. I thought, oh, well, maybe this one's just yellow. Then I picked up this one to match me, and it's still a little on the yellow side, and it oxidizes. Not like a full shade darker, like a half a shade. I'm not sure if you can see the difference. I really hate that this is not like a good camera, but I brought the foundation and powders and everything down my neck to about here, and I can see a difference in color between here and here. And it doesn't look like that when you first put it on, but after, you know, 20 minutes of wearing the foundation, it does oxidize a little bit, so that kind of annoys me. It does blend really well. I used it with a beauty blender and an Artiste brush. Both work phenomenally. And this is like a solid medium coverage foundation. I don't know if you can build it up. I didn't even attempt to, just because I was afraid that the more I put on, the more yellow I was gonna look. So I was like, I'm gonna skip that. So, I mean, if you have, you know, crazy yellow undertones and you look for foundations that have a yellow undertone to them, this is pretty good for that. You know, that's fine. If you have normal to combination skin like I do, this will work for you as well. It is a beautiful looking foundation as far as the finish goes. I just can't get past the color on it and the oxidation of it. That kind of drives me a little bit nuts. So, I mean, you know, do I think it's worth it? You know, it's more expensive than your average drugstore foundation. Again, I don't have the prices. I will put all the prices for everything down below. I think if this works for your skin, then that's great. but if not, this isn't, it's, you know. And just as a little, I probably should have done this in the beginning of the video, my opinions on this line don't mean that I don't like the line of makeup, that I don't like the company or the brand. I'm giving you my opinion, and when it comes to makeup and skincare, those things are super crazy personal. Your preferences and your opinions are, it's very personal because everybody's skin is completely different. Everybody's tone, texture, undertones, you know, whether you're dry, oily, or normal, everybody's skin is completely different from the next person. So what works for me may not work for you, and what works for you may not work for me. So if I say I don't like a product, it's because it just didn't work for my skin, didn't work for what I personally am looking for in a makeup item. So just keep that in mind. It's just my opinion about the product. It doesn't mean that it won't work for you. I'm like starting this video off with just a bunch of negative stuff. My bad. This is the Note Full Coverage Concealer, and I use it in the color beige. This is actually it's a damn good concealer. It's really, really good. It blends out like that. It blends out super fast and easy. You can layer it up and it never creases on you. It does not crease on me like at all. These are just like wrinkles that I have that are always there whether I've got makeup on or not. This does not exaggerate that, and especially right down here. I have my problem with this is that I wish it was just a little bit more full coverage because I have really bad dark circles under my eyes and I can still see blue and green from them, and this is supposed to be a full coverage concealer. So I mean, if you don't have crazy under eye circles the way that I do, this would be perfect for you. It just goes on so beautifully, and it makes me mad because I really like the formula on this. It's just fantastic. It's a beautiful concealer. Like I said, blends out really easy. You can layer it up and it never creases. And I did set this down with 3 different setting powders. I set it down with my RCMA No Color Powder. I set it with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder, and then I also set it down with the Luminous powder that is in this line, which I'll get to in a minute. And it didn't matter what powder I set it with, didn't seem to matter at all. It just never looks dry or cakey, and it does not crease. So like I said, if you don't have crazy under eye circles the way that I do, this would work out perfect for you, and I think it's a beautiful concealer. I just need a little bit more coverage. So, I mean, I'm not gonna not use it. Probably on my lighter makeup days where I don't have a ton of makeup on, I'll use this because I think it is a good product. Next. Okay, the next thing is the Luminous Silk Compact Powder from Note, and I got mine in natural beige. This was as close to a setting powder as I could get because they didn't have like an actual setting powder that I could find. This is what it looks like. It's yellow, and that kind of dropping shit. That kind of annoys me also because I'm like, the foundation's also already a little bit yellow, and this powder is like very yellow toned. I did use it to set my face down today and under my eyes, and it's fine. I just wish that this was not so yellow toned. It does a nice job of setting down the foundation. It's not overly drying. It's not cakey on the skin. It's a nice setting powder. It's a really nice setting powder. I just wish it wasn't so freaking yellow. I mean, I didn't pick up any other colors in the line, but I have to assume that they're probably yellow toned like this one is. Like, you know, I put it under my eyes and it made my under eyes look a little bit yellow, and I'm sitting here going, why? So I mean, it's a great setting powder if you like ones that are yellow toned. This one's fantastic, and it leaves your skin looking very like flawless when you set with it. I just wish it wasn't so yellow. Onto eyebrows. This is the Eyebrow Pencil, and this is in brown. Again, this is one of those things, I like the fact that it's clear on one end and solid on the other, so you never put the cap on the wrong end and screw something up. This is an actual pencil that you have to sharpen, and you have the spoolie on the other end. So this is really good. I used this for my brows today. It dispenses color. It's not like, let me see if I can swatch it for you. It's not really waxy, and it's not overly It's not really waxy and it's not overly powdery either. It just is a nice texture. It's very easy to build it up. If you want to go light, you can go light. You just add more pressure to get more color out of it. And I feel like this is idiot proof. This is so easy to use. And I just kind of quickly go in and fill in my brows, and I need to groom my brows, but I just kind of quickly went in and filled in any empty spaces with my brows, and it worked really well. I think this is fantastic. I really love it. I suggest trying it out. I approve of that. Okay, next thing is the bronzer. This also makes me sad. I got the bronzing powder in 20. There's 10, 20, and 30, I believe, are the color ranges. I did pick up 2. I picked up 20 and I picked up 30. I'm not going to show you 30 because it's just super crazy dark. Huge pan size, right? Like, you know, it's like as big as my face. It's a huge pan size. The problem with this is it's very, like, super crazy warm. The only way I could wear this, and I do have it on today, you could probably barely see it because this does not work for me. It's like so warm, it looks almost like red. Let me see if I can get a good swatch of this. Oh yeah, that's a good swatch. It's crazy warm and like just, there's a lot of red in it. And it just, on top of the yellow tone foundation, putting this on, I look even more orange and yellow. And the other one is the exact same way, it's just darker. I had to like barely pick up any product and put this on my face to have a little bit of a bronzed look. And it makes me sad because it's a beautiful packaging and you get so much, I hate this mirror, I don't know why it's so tiny. You get so much product here, but it just doesn't work for me. If you like warm toned, you know, reddish brownie type of bronzers and that works for your skin tone, then this is great because it does blend really beautifully. It takes no effort to blend it. It's pretty pigmented, so you don't have to use a lot of product on your brush, so I can imagine this lasting you a very long time, but didn't work for me, sadly. I swear there's going to be stuff that I like, I swear, I promise. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is the blush, and this is the Luminous Silk Compact Blusher, and I picked up the number 02 Pink in Summer. This is what the packaging looked like. Tell me that this does not like kind of screw with your brain a little bit. This is the packaging. That's the blush. Like there's all this empty space around the side, and I figured that the blush would be the exact size as the compact, and it's not. It's just a little thing I noticed. I'm like, okay. This color is just gorgeous. I have it on my cheeks today. I highly suggest you trying their blushes. I haven't tried any of their other colors. These stay on all day. They stay on all day. They blend out flawlessly. I mean, they're beautiful. They give you such a beautiful little like flush of color. This I love, and I will be reaching for it, and I will be using it. So this one I approve of. I really enjoy it. Okay, now we're gonna get to one of the hidden gems that I feel is in the line. Now, when I was looking for highlighter online, I'm like, where's the highlighter? Where's the highlighter? I couldn't find it because there's literally, they don't have anything that says highlighter. So I picked up this thing called Terracotta Powder in shade 01 Stardust. And I'm like, well, I hope this is a highlighter because it doesn't say highlighter on it. It says Terracotta Powder. This is what it looks like. It's like a domed, almost kind of baked finish. And this is beautiful. Beautiful on the, look at that. Like it's just, and you can see I have it on my cheeks today. This is where I have, you can build it up. You can have it be kind of like a subtle glow, or you can put a couple layers on and have it be like really blinding. And when you do layer it, it never looks dry or cakey. It doesn't really pick up on a lot of texture. It's just, it's so beautiful. I think this is a hidden gem. I actually ordered another one in, I think it's called honey something, I can't remember. I picked up another one because they're so beautiful. I highly suggest you guys try this out. It's called Terracotta Powder, so it's not actually called a highlighter, but these are gorgeous and I really love them, and I will be reaching for them, and this is just fantastic. The other really exciting hidden gem about this line are their eyeshadows, which I am wearing on my eyes today. I have two things. I have the Luminous Silk Quattro eyeshadow in 04, which is just like a bunch of purples, right? And then I also have the Note Professional eyeshadow palette in 104. Let me see if I can get this open. without brushes falling everywhere. Rinky-dink brushes. And that's what this one looks like. It's more neutrals. So I picked up both, and I just think they're gorgeous. They blend really well. These, again, I feel like this would be really good for beginners, that both of these. You get great pigmentation, but it's not like so pigmented when you first put it on your eye that you're like, oh my God, you know, but they have great pigmentation that you can work it in, you can build it up, you can blend it out, and they're so effortless and easy to use. And I just think they're beautiful eyeshadows. I will be reaching for both of these. I'll be reaching for both of these to utilize them in my day-to-day routine because they're so effortless to use. They almost practically blend themselves. They have plenty of other color choices when it comes to this palette and the quads. So there's a lot of stuff to choose from, but I think that they're fantastic eyeshadows because let's face it, when it comes to drugstore, there's only a handful of brands that do eyeshadow and do it kind of well. You know, you've got like Wet n Wild, NYX, Milani, but then all the other brands is kind of hit and miss. So I feel like if you want to pick something up that you know the quality is going to be good, both of these are fantastic, and I really love both of these. They're good. I like them. I suggest you try them out. This is the other thing that I'm really excited about and I really love is their mascara. Now it just says Perfect Lash Mascara. Mine's black. I'm wearing it today. I'm going to get up kind of close here. I do have 2 layers on, but here's the deal. My right eye, the lashes on my right eye, for whatever reason, do not want to hold a curl. This side does. The left side holds a curl no problem, but my right side, no matter what I do, never wants to hold a curl. So then I wind up with eyelashes on one side that are like up and curled and the other side that are just like sticking out. Do you see how they're holding a curl? They are holding a curl on this side, and that never, that's like impossible for me to get them to do, and this mascara does it. It's not clumpy, it's not too wet, it's not too dry, it's very easy to build it up and do 2 coats. I happen to really love the brush. That's what I prefer mascaras that have a bristle brush and not those rubber tips because I feel like I get more separation with these. This is fantastic. This is a great mascara. It's obviously going to be cheaper than your high-end stuff, and I think that you should definitely give it a try. I approve this one. I think it's beautiful. Along the same line, the eyeliner, okay? It's a precision eyeliner, and I believe this is a felt tip. Pretty sure it's a felt tip. Let me just kind of right here show you. I mean, it's really black right off the get-go. It's nice and black, and it's very, very pointed. Now, I am terrible at eyeliner. Just horrendous. I'm so bad at it. And I was able to get it pretty even on both sides, and I've worn this eyeliner multiple times. When it was really hot, when I was staying inside and not going out in the heat, and it does not move. It doesn't transfer up onto the lid. I don't find that it winds up going into like my tear ducts and like getting goopy in there. It just works really, really well. And at the end of the day, it comes off pretty easily with makeup remover, but it doesn't budge throughout the day, which I think is great. So for me to really love an eyeliner that makes it easy for me to apply it because of the precision, and it doesn't like deposit like a ton of product on your eye. It's like the perfect amount of product. I think if you're new to using eyeliners, or if maybe you're like me and you just you struggle with eyeliner, this is really great because it gives you a really good base to work off of, and then you can go back in and perfect it, and it's so easy. I think this is fantastic. Okay, now we're gonna get to the lips. Okay, now unfortunately this is not going to be a nice review. I wish that it was, but I picked up the Mattemoist Lip Glosses and the Long Wearing Lipstick, along with a regular lip gloss that I will get to. This is what they look like. This is the Mattemoist Lip Glosses, and I am going to swatch them out for you. I'm just going to find a spot on my arm to swatch them. So this one is Matte Kiss, and this one is First Kiss. Now, it's such a shame because they are beautiful, but here's what happened, okay? I initially smelled them and went, oh, it smells like baked goods. It smells pretty good. And then I put them on my lips. I tried both. I put them on my lips, and that baked goods smell turned into what smelled like just a really bad badly turned lipstick. It smelled like the lipstick had gone bad in between it going from the tube to my lips. And it wasn't the kind of scent that went away. It like stayed there and it infiltrated my mouth. Like I could taste it. I couldn't leave these on for longer than a couple minutes before I had to wipe them off, which was really depressing because they're beautiful and the formula is really nice. It's not like a liquid lipstick that doesn't transfer. It's more like the, what are they, the ColourPop, I think it's the satin lip creams that they don't dry down, but the color stays on there for a really long time and they're more comfortable to wear. It's kind of like that, but I couldn't get past that. And then the same thing happened with the lipstick. This wasn't the lipstick that I wore, but same thing. Like I could not get past the scent. I couldn't get past it, and it wasn't, you know, like the foundation has a funky smell, but it goes away once you put it on your face. Like, but this was one of those things that it just did not go away. It like, I could taste it. It was horrible. I couldn't get past it, and that was really upsetting because this is beautiful. I mean, this is another long-wearing lipstick, and this is in Native. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's this color right here, and I just can't get. And also, I found that when I did try these lipsticks on, see how much, I've never used this before. Do you see how much that wore down with just swiping it on my arm? That was the other thing that got me. I'm like, how long is this really gonna last? But it's not all bad news. It's not all bad news. Trust me, okay? This, what I have on my lips right now, is a long-wearing, that's breakfast, ignore that, long-wearing lip gloss. And this is in the color Soft Pink, okay? I mean, I'll swatch it for you. I'm wearing it, but I'll swatch it for you. This is what it looks like right here, okay? I actually went ahead and bought like 5 more of these, okay? I cannot tell you how many long-wearing lip glosses I've tried in my lifetime, and they never live up to my expectations. They never actually wear long on my lips. You know, I mean, I'm one of those people, I talk a lot. I'm constantly drinking water, constantly. Or I'm vaping, or I'm eating my dinner or my lunch or my breakfast. You know, I'm constantly just doing things that would cause my lip gloss to wear off. So the first time I wore this, which was a few days ago, I threw it on and I had some errands to run. I ran some errands. I bought a small bottle of Diet Coke and I was drinking that. Like, I wasn't trying to be careful with my lipstick, so I was just drinking it the way you would normally drink a Diet Coke out of a bottle. Then I had lunch, and I don't know how much time had passed. It was probably like a couple of hours, and I'm like, yeah, long-wearing lip gloss. Let's really see about that. I checked myself out in the mirror, and it pretty much still looked like this. A little bit of the shine had worn off, but it was still shiny. It was still on there, and I was so impressed. So impressed. I think this is unbelievably amazing. Like I said, as soon as I saw that, I was like, that's it. I need more. I went on to Ulta.com and I ordered like 5 more colors because this is phenomenal. This color is just beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. I highly recommend you guys try these out. I think that they're fantastic, and they are a long-wearing lip gloss, because think about it. For me, with lip gloss, after about 20 minutes, half an hour of wearing it, I already got to reapply. I'm just not careful with my lips. I don't want to be. I don't want to tiptoe around my day going, oh, my lip gloss, oh, my lipstick. I don't like to have to babysit whatever it is that I put on my lips that day. I hate having to do that. I do occasionally if I want to wear a color I really love by a brand I really love, but I don't like having to do it. So for me to have a lip gloss on for 2 hours and only have to touch up after like a couple of hours, and I barely needed to touch up, literally this is what I did. I was like, oh, and that's it. Done. Like, that was how I touched up. I mean, it was just phenomenal to me. And to me, it's like my brain exploded, and to me it seems really groundbreaking. It may not feel that way to other people when they try this, but like I said, I have such a hard time getting lip glosses to stay on my lips for any decent amount of time, that this to me is a standout product, and it's super amazing. It does not smell. I don't know why. It does not smell like the other lip products do, but I love it. I really love it. Okay. So we've talked about everything in the line that you would do an entire face with. I did not pick up a primer or a setting spray because I really wanted to give this cosmetics line a chance to, I really wanted to give it a chance to work and the way things work for me is I use the same primer I always use, which is the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Luminizing Primer. And I like to use my Urban Decay all-nighter spray, especially now during the summer. Now I remember what it was that I wanted to say earlier about this foundation. It says it's long wearing. If you are not, like I said, I live in New Jersey. It has been in the 90s the last like week or something, a few days to a week, close to a week. It's been hot and it's been humid and it's been gross and I hate the heat. And I really didn't want to. I was like, oh, shit, I gotta test this Note Cosmetics line out and it's hot as balls outside and I don't want foundation on my face, but I did. I did it for you guys. I did it for you. I suffered for you. This says that it's long wearing. I went grocery shopping with this on and it was like 90 something degrees out and I was sweating. Now I sweat a lot. It doesn't, like I said before, it does not take a lot for me to sweat. And when I do, I sweat hard, like pouring down my face. I was walking around the store with a tissue in my hand, just dabbing my upper lip and dabbing around my forehead, which is what I usually do with foundations when I'm like sweating and wearing makeup. I looked like such an idiot at the end of the day. I had no makeup on my forehead. I had all the makeup around my mouth, not even where I was wiping, just around my mouth, was completely melted off. All the makeup from my hairline down to about here was completely gone. I pretty much just had makeup like right here. This was like the only place that had makeup. Everything else had literally melted off. Now, I sweat a lot when I get hot, so I don't know if it's a really good, way to kind of compare. But I've worn other foundations when it's been hot outside and I've been sweating that didn't break down that badly. I think if you're not going to be out in the heat, this is fine. But if you're like a heavy sweater like I am and it doesn't take much for you to sweat and you like profusely sweat, this is probably not going to work for you. I can imagine it working every other season out of the year, just not during the summer and not in New Jersey because we get hot and humid here and it's already gross right now, to tell you that. That's what I forgot to tell you. Okay, final thoughts. There are some hits here and there are some misses, and the misses for me are significant enough that I would not suggest the product to you unless it really fits your specific needs. I'm not crazy about the foundation, not crazy about the Luminous Silk Setting Powder because everything's really yellow. Not crazy about the bronzer because it's just really crazy red toned and that doesn't work for my skin type, but it will work for others. The freaking highlight is so beautiful. I love the eyeliner. I love the mascara. I'm in love with the lip gloss and bought a ton more. I bought more highlighter, more terracotta powder because I think it's just absolutely gorgeous. I love the brow pencil. I love the blush. I just am not crazy about the foundation, the powder I had to use to set it, and the bronzer. I really hope that as a line, as a cosmetics line, I really hope that Note Cosmetics can come out with foundations that maybe aren't so yellow based and maybe have more neutral undertones to them, because I do like the foundation. It doesn't feel heavy on my skin. It makes my skin look fresh and looks healthy, and it doesn't feel like I have a layer of makeup on my face. I feel like I'm looking at my own skin. It's just not the right coloring and everything is so yellow toned. And I really hope that as they grow as a brand, I really hope that maybe they can introduce some different undertones into their foundations, because otherwise, other than that problem that I had and the lipstick problem that I had, I think that as a line, this is really great. You can't go wrong with the eyeshadows. You can't go wrong with the terracotta powder, the eyeliner, the mascara, the brow pencil, blush. Definitely can't go wrong with these lip glosses. I cannot wait for the rest of them to show up. They're so good. So that's it for this video. A side note, I ordered a camera. It's great, right? So I'll be able to use my phone to look things up a little bit quicker for you guys coming up. Definitely leave me, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. And in the comments below, let me know about any new cosmetic brands that you guys have tried that you think are really great and that maybe I can try them out too. And if there's anything that maybe you guys have been looking at that you're curious about but you haven't seen anybody else review it, let me know down below. Let me know about any brands that you'd like me to, as a whole, kind of do a review like this of like a full face of makeup. just leave it down below and I will do my best to, you know, kind of help you guys out with that. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Like I said, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for checking me out again. And if you are new, click that subscribe button because it means the world to me. It really does. When I see I have a new subscriber, that's a good day for me. It makes my day. I really appreciate it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope the rest of you guys have a really great weekend. I enjoyed making this video for you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.